Hi everyone. We'll be starting the program review here for the Brown University's program, Applied AI Data Science. I'm Rasha Khan and I'm your host for today's webinar. And I'm joining all the way from Bangalore, India. Would love to know where are you joining us from. You can let us know by dropping in your name and you can let us know by dropping your name and your location, where are you tuning in from. As this is a global webinar, you will get to see a lot of people joining from different parts of the world. And I can see already introductions have already started coming in on the chat here. That's great. Also, we are streaming live on our YouTube channel. A lot of folks have joined us live on the YouTube live chat box as well. So folks on YouTube channel, you can let us know your introduction on the YouTube live chat box. Let us know your name and where are you tuning in there as well. And also, I see a lot of introductions already coming in. We'll be talking about the program, how you can embark on a thriving AI and data science career in 2024 with Brown University here. We'll be talking more about the program in detail, but before that, let me just quickly take you through the few quick ground rules we have here for the session to make your experience better. So you need to put down your questions in the Q&A box in case you have any questions for our speaker. And the speaker will be looking into the Q&A box. As you can see, the chat box is completely blowing up, so it will be really hard to find your queries there. And we would love to address as many queries as possible throughout the session. And the session has been recorded in case you want to go through the recording of the session once again. In case you missed out anything, please look out for a follow-up email from us with the recording interview. And also the webinar certificate you'll be getting for attending this webinar. For that, you will have to put down your full name in the post-webinar survey. Now, this is for users who have joined us on Zoom. You will get a post-webinar survey pop-up when once this webinar ends in 60 minutes of duration. And immediately you will get a pop-up by Zoom saying basically to put down your full name for the webinar certificate. So we will need that data in order to send a personalized certificate for you. So these are the few ground rules. In case you have missed anything, please don't worry. I'll keep nudging about the ground rules and other stuff on the chat as well, and also remind you in the end as well. So please don't worry, because I see a lot of new folks have joined in just now. Also, before we start the session, let's start with a quick poll here, because I see a lot of folks basically, have given the introduction of chat here. I see a lot of you have joined us from Pakistan, London, Hyderabad, Cameroon, Germany, Qatar. I see from Delhi, Singapore, Turkey, and many more interactions on the chat here. So once again, welcome everyone. So before we start, let's get to know you a little better. And interestingly, audiences who join us, they come from a different set of experiences, and that makes the session pretty interesting. And also, this definitely gives us an understanding to our speaker as well, how to tailor her responses accordingly, according to the kind of audience who have joined us. So let me just quickly launch this poll, which says, how many years of experience do you currently have? Now, when I talk about experience, I'm talking about work experience here. You can just quickly go and select the most suitable option for you on the poll, which says how much experience do you have, and keep the amazing introductions coming in on chat. A lot of you folks who have just joined right now, we are just starting the session by doing a quick poll here. In case you have missed anything, please don't worry. I'll keep nudging about the ground rules on the chat as well. So in case you have just joined now, you can give your introduction on the chat. As this is a global webinar, you will be seeing a lot of people joining from different parts of the world. Awesome. I see most of you have responded for the poll. You guys are pretty quick, I must say. But I think let's give 10 seconds more for the poll here. And I see a lot of you folks responding on the YouTube live chat box as well. I see Karan has responded 3 years. I see Anmir has responded currently studying. Ahmed has responded has 0 years of experience. So last 5 seconds, folks, for the poll here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let me quickly end the poll and also share the results with you folks and our speaker. Let's see what have you voted for. We can see that 36% of you are currently studying and 35% of you have more than 5 years experience. Interesting. And 25% of you have 0 to 3 years of experience, and 4% of you have 3 to 5 years of experience. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. That definitely gives us an understanding of what kind of crowd, with experience has joined us. Now moving on to our agenda of the session here. So we will first agenda of the session, which is very important about you, getting to know a little bit about you, how we can help you out in your AI and data science career better, and also with this program as well. And also we'll be talking about applied AI and data science careers in 2024. And also talking about the Brown University's program in applied AI and data science, what this program exactly offers, how this program gets you job ready, future ready, and also taking you through the enrollment steps based on the interest you share towards enrollment. And there will be a special duration towards the end for the Q&A part. But in case the speaker gets time in between, the speaker can basically answer few questions then also, depending on the kind of time we have. So the program here is of 60 minutes of duration. So in case you have any questions, the Q&A box is open. And also, I can see that you have already started putting down your questions in the Q&A box. And I see a request of speaking me slower. I'll try to speak slower. I am not able to make out your name from your email ID. Thank you so much for that suggestion. So starting with our introduction of Alison West, who has joined us as a speaker for this program review. Alison here is the Associate Director of Corporate and Executive Education at Brown School of Professional Studies. She has over 10 years of experience developing and implementing executive education programs. She has an MBA in Leadership and Organizational Transformation from Questrom School of Business. So would like to welcome Alison here. It's always a pleasure hosting you. A very good morning to you. I'm pretty sure this slide is not covering your amount of work you've done in your experience and skills, but we would love to know a little bit about you from you as well.
Thank you so much, Rasha. Thank you so much for having me today. And thank you to everyone who has joined today and who's introduced yourself and already asking amazing questions. I am trying to respond to as many questions as possible in the Q&A box live. I'm so excited to be here today because a big part of my role is forecasting what skills are necessary for people to be competitive, effective, and inclusive leaders now and in the future. The mission of the School of Professional Studies at Brown University is to empower you with those skills that you need in order to change the way the world works for good. There's a very alarming statistic from Gallup that found that 70% of US workers report being disengaged. And I would imagine that that statistic is actually relatively similar in other countries as well. Gallup just only studied the US, and so that's why this statistic is US centric, but that number hasn't changed in quite a while. It hasn't improved. And because of that, I think both I and the School of Professional Studies feel very motivated to change the way work works in order to make sure it actually works for everybody. And that is why I'm so excited to partner with Simplilearn on this program, because AI and data science is one of the top technologies that's revolutionizing work right now. And there's a lot of opportunity, excitement, and engagement opportunities that come along with that, but there's also anxiety and fears and risks. And that is why I think this is a program that matters right now more than ever in order to help you feel individually competitive, so you feel secure and competitive within your career, and also gives you the leadership skills that you need to make sure your team and organization remain competitive in the face of this disruption. So I'm so excited to be here with you today, Rasha, and everyone who joined us today, and I'm excited to talk more about this program.
Thank you so much, Alison, for your introduction. And we'll be starting the second agenda of today's session, talking about careers in applied AI and data science in 2024. Starting with what are the skills required in AI data science, which will be in demand in 2024 and beyond. Also, I think I got a few messages that I'm not audible. Please do let me know. I have adjusted a few settings in microphone here. Let me know if I'm audible, and Alison also is audible for you or not on the chat then. Over to you, Alison.
Thank you so much. Yes. So when we were putting together this curriculum was co-developed by a Brown faculty member who I will introduce more formally later in the presentation named Shrikar Prasad, and also with the Simply Learn team. And we started with this question. So before we started writing any of the curriculum, we kind of took a step back and we said, what are the top skills that someone who'd be pursuing a career in AI and data science needs to have in order to build that strong foundation to have a competitive career and to be skilled at these skills? And this was the list that we came up with that we based the entire curriculum around. And I won't necessarily read every one of these skills out loud, but I will call out a couple in particular. So some of the skills that you can expect to learn in the curriculum, because we believe that they are the most important skills to have, include machine learning, deep learning, natural language processing, generative AI. And that one was really big because it's funny, when we started developing this course, generative AI was not nearly as big or as widespread as it is now. So we actually paused the development of our program in order to develop content around generative AI. And that's a choice I'm really proud of, because I think that that's a really important skill to have. In addition to Python programming, data visualization, and data governance and ethics. So you can expect a pretty wide range of skills that will be covered in this program, because they're the skills that we've identified as the most important ones in order to launch and sustain a career in AI and data science.
That sounds pretty interesting to me, Alison. And moving on to the next slide here. Now that we have talked about the skills, how can we miss talking about the career paths, which will be in demand in AI data science?
Yeah. In the simplest terms, AI and data science will affect every career. So in some ways, we could have just put on the slide absolutely everything. But to get more specific, this program does have a technical bent to it. So there is focus on actual programming skills, which that may go a little deeper than non-technical careers need. So in particular, the careers that we see growing quite a bit as a result of the disruptions that we're seeing with AI and data science, it's still a very wide range. They include titles like data scientist, machine learning engineer, data analyst, but also things like business intelligence analyst and AI product manager and healthcare data analyst. So it's not all technical. They are all technical based, but not all of them are on just the engineering and computing side, though some definitely are, and we need that. But because AI and data science have become so widespread, there's really such a huge range of careers that are impacted by this, and a huge range of careers that open up to you when you develop these skills.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Moving on to the next slide here. Now that we've talked about the skills and the career paths in the AI and data science region, what's exactly changing in the AI landscape here in 2024?
Yes, we've identified 4 major trends in the AI and data science space, and these 4 trends impacted the curriculum quite a bit. The first, which I alluded to in the last slide, is the AI democratization. If we were talking about this same skill set even this time last year, we would have not been talking about AI as such a widespread skill. But now, with the invention of and widespread distribution of tools like generative AI, it really now has impacted absolutely every career, which as a result means that absolutely every individual worker needs skill sets and comfort in using these types of tools. So even if you are not an expert, although many people here, I know we saw that a lot of you have quite a bit of experience. So some of you may already be, quite expert in this area, but even if you're not, you're going to be called on to use these tools in the workplace. In addition, there is a huge emphasis on using AI ethically. We have seen that in most countries, legal regulations are quite a bit behind the technological advances in this area, which means that a lot of individual business leaders are actually having to create their own internal governance and regulation structures in order to make sure that they are using AI and data science in an ethical way that protects consumer privacy and that allows consumers to maintain trust in your product and your brand. And in addition, AI regulation, I mentioned it is quite a bit behind the technology, but we are starting to see it catch up. So, for example, in the US, just in the last couple of years, the White House released a blueprint for an AI Bill of Rights, and we do expect to see some of that get implemented. And Europe has some pretty strong privacy regulations as well. And then lastly, there's a huge talent shortage in AI because this technology has exploded so quickly and changed so much. There's a huge gap between what the tools can do and what the talent can do right now. And there's a huge opportunity to fill that gap. I was just reading a report from Deloitte yesterday that said that 83% of companies plan to implement AI tools in the next year, but they feel that there is a huge gap between their plans and their current capabilities and capacity. So that means that there's a huge opportunity here that for those of you who do have these skills, comfort, and experience, you are going to be more in demand than ever.
Thank you so much, Alison, for taking us through what's changing in the AML landscape 2024. Sounds pretty interesting. Moving on to the next slide here. Now that we have talked about the skills, we have talked about what career paths you can take up in AI and data science. Also talked about what's exactly changing in the AI landscape here. So we would love to know, like, what exactly is stopping you from pursuing a career in AI data science or becoming an AI data science expert here. So I'm just launching a quick poll here to understand what's stopping you from gaining AI and data science expertise here. This one is a multiple choice poll, and you can select multiple options here because there can be multiple concerns when it comes to pursuing a career in AI and data science. In case these options do not cover your challenges, the Q&A box is open for you. We have already started getting a lot of interesting questions in the Q&A box, and we will be addressing them pretty soon. Please do let us know. I'm just reading out these options for you, which I can see you already have started voting for. The first option here is I can't find a program with a fully comprehensive curriculum. Second one here is I wouldn't get the practical exposure I need to become job ready. And the third one, my work schedule won't allow me enough time for learning. So I see a lot of you have already voted for it. As I mentioned earlier, I've gotten a very active set of folks here. We're pretty quick on your keypads here. That's great. Let's give it like 10 seconds more for a few of the folks who are still voting for it. Just to answer one question from the Q&A box, I don't know if you missed it, about the webinar certificate. You'll be getting it basically once the webinar ends. In 60 minutes of duration, you will be getting a pop-up by Zoom, which will ask you for your full name, which you would want to see on the webinar certificate, and then we can basically send you the webinar certificate, personalized just for you. I think you'll be able to receive it within 24 to 48 hours over your mail, along with the recording link over a separate email. Awesome. Last 5 seconds, folks, for the poll. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let me end the poll and also share the results with you folks. Let's see what have you voted for. I see 51% of you have voted for I wouldn't get the practical exposure I need to become job ready. And 47% of you have voted for I can't find a program with a fully comprehensive curriculum. And 33% of you have voted for my work schedule would allow me enough time for learning. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. That definitely will help us tailor our responses for the upcoming program review of Brown University's program, and also help you with a lot of these challenges you might be facing and showcase what program has to offer. Moving on to the program introduction here, talking about the Applied AI and Data Science program by Brown University. It comes with a comprehensive curriculum with an industry-aligned learning path. We'll be talking more about what exactly the learning path looks like in the upcoming slides. You get access to online live discussions, supplement for self-paced learning here, and also integrate assignments and quizzes for practical learning. We'll be talking about what does this program offer, much more than just the program offerings of the tools and basically the platforms you'll be learning, but also the projects you can work on. We'll be talking more about that. And the program duration here is of 3 months, and you can just complete it by giving 3 to 5 hours per week. As we saw that a lot of you are currently studying and also are having more than 5 years experience. So this program basically will flexible for basically your lifestyle or your kind of commitment you might already have. And moving on to the next slide here. At the end of it all, you'll be getting basically a certificate here of completion from School of Professional Studies at Brown University online. And also you can basically build and optimize machine learning models to enhance decision-making processes here. You can see the certificate here. This certificate is from School of Professional Studies, Brown University, as you can see on the screen here. And also the certificate is for the program Applied AI and Data Science. So this is how the certificate will look like. Talking about the Brown difference, I think Alison, you'll be able to shed some light how exactly Brown makes a difference here in this program.
Yeah, I'm happy to. Brown University was founded in 1764, and we are one of the Ivy League institutions within the United States, which is a prestigious classification in the United States. And some of the things that stand out for me in terms of what makes Brown unique and different, and what I think you'll feel when you're a part of this program, we're renowned for our open curriculum, which means that we do not have distribution requirements. There are no individual classes that every student must take at Brown University in undergrad and grad classes. Instead, what we focus on is helping you access the learning that you need when you need it. And similarly, this program was really designed around the skill set that you need now to enter into an AI and data science career. And so this is really opening the path for you to learn what you want to learn. In addition, we're really well known for having an interdisciplinary curriculum, and I think you're going to feel that wide range of perspectives within our program. In addition to learning about programming and coding skills and trends in AI, you're going to have the opportunity to put it into practice right away. And that is something we really, really value at Brown, is hands-on application opportunities. And there's a slide in a moment where we'll go over what that looks like. But we built that into the DNA of this program. Is from the get-go, we knew we wanted you to have the opportunity to put what you've learned into practice right away. And that's the Brown difference.
Thank you so much, Alison, for sharing that with us. That is a Brown difference for you folks. Also, talking about the eligibility and the prerequisites for taking up the program, I think we have gotten few questions. If I'm eligible to take up this program, I come from this field, that field, I have this degree, or if I'm currently studying. So let me just quickly take you through the eligibility and prerequisites which are required for the program here. You need to have a basic understanding of mathematics and programming concepts. Also, you need to be at least 18 years old with a high school diploma or equivalent. And also, it is encouraged to have a prior work experience, but it is not compulsory, not required for taking up this program. Moving on to the next agenda of today's session, how this program by Brown University prepares you for taking up a career in applied AI and data science field. So Alison, can you take us through how this program exactly builds the learner's skills step by step in applied AI and data science?
Yes, I'm happy to. So like I said a little bit earlier in this webinar, when we were designing this curriculum, our top priority was to make sure that you would graduate from this program with the top in-demand skills that you need to start or advance your career in AI and or data science. And so we started with that. We started with the question of what are the top skills that you need. In addition, we know that you are busy. You are working professionals. Many of you have families. You have a lot that you are juggling. So we also wanted to make this program as accessible as possible by focusing on only the top skills that you need and offering it in a flexible format. So this is all available to you on demand, and you are able to engage in the content and the time that makes the most sense for you. So as you can see on this screen, this lays out the order of the curriculum. You'll start with an induction for the course where you get an orientation to what the program looks like and how to make the most out of your time in this program. Then you're going to have a unit on the foundations of data science, followed by how to understand the data, prepare the model, train the model. So that is a sequence of courses where you are working with the same data set and learning how to take it from a huge data set that doesn't say that much all the way to a specific insight. In the next units, you learn about deep learning, generative AI, which that is one of the units I am most excited about. And then you complete a capstone project. Throughout the program, though, you do have additional opportunities to learn and to apply. And in addition, you also have live opportunities to engage with the faculty. So that's something I think is unique and exciting about this program, is that though it is all in demand and asynchronous to allow you to fit this into your busy schedule, you also get the benefit of interacting directly with the rest of your cohort and with the faculty lead through these academic electives on which are master classes. And these master classes are going to be optional, but I hope you come, and monthly, and they combine the topics are a combination of kind of hot topics that we weren't able to get to in the asynchronous content because it's changing too quickly. So sort of the most current and trend-based topics, and going into deeper dives on areas where you might want to spend more time and answering your questions. So you can expect it to be really dynamic and very tailored to you and what you want to learn.
Thank you so much, Alison, for taking us through these steps here. Also, I think you've already mentioned about the electives. So electives here are optional. They come as a part of the program, and we don't charge anything extra for the electives here. It is up to you if you want to take them up. Moving on to the next slide here. So we have well-respected faculty, program faculty here. I think, Alison, you would be able to shed some light here, or Shikhar Prasad and other faculties, who basically are part of this program.
Absolutely. Shikhar is incredible. I love working with him. He is an adjunct professor in our Watson Institute for International Policy. So he is someone who has a lot of experience teaching at Brown University. So he's an incredible teacher, very good at condensing difficult and complex material and distilling it into actionable insights. And in addition, he has a deep, deep level of experience actually working in the field of data science and AI. He has held artificial intelligence, product, and technology leadership roles at leading organizations like Meta, which is the parent company to Facebook, Wayfair, and Alphabet, which is the parent company to Google. And in addition, he's currently at an AI startup, and he has led the development of 3 different startups as well. So he is dynamic, he is engaged, and he is someone who knows what it actually looks like to put these skills into practice. So you're not going to spend time on theory or terminology. Instead, you're going to dive right into what skill sets actually matter in the workplace because he knows what that actually looks like.
That sounds pretty interesting class to be a part of, I must say, Alison. Also talking about the tools, libraries, and platforms you'll be covering this program: Python, Pandas, NumPy, Matplotlib, Seaborn, SciPy, ChatGPT, just to name a few of them. Moving on to the next slide here, talking about the industry-aligned projects you'll be working through this program. So, Alison, I think when we did this poll, what exactly is stopping you from gaining expertise in AI and data science here, we got a lot of basically votes for. I wouldn't get the practical exposure. I need to become job ready. So, obviously, I'm pretty sure the audience would love to know here how exactly the industry-based projects which we have in this Brown University's program help them prepare, for a practical experience which they can showcase to their future employers.
Absolutely, yes. I know. I noticed that in the poll as well. And I am sorry that you haven't had the access to those opportunities in the past, but I'm excited that I think this program will give you those opportunities. We have 4 different opportunities throughout the program to do hands-on assignments that give you practical experience and practice with the skills that you are learning. And when we were putting these together, we had a couple of goals for these hands-on application opportunities. The first goal was to solidify your learning. So most adult learners, and I put myself in this category, most of us learn best by doing. Most of us don't learn the best by listening or by watching. We learn best by doing. So the first goal for this is to solidify your learning so that it's something that you take with you for the duration of your career. That is not something that you forget as soon as the class is over. The second goal for this is for you to build a portfolio of completed projects that you can bring with you on job interviews or in your performance reviews in order to either change careers, enter a new career, especially for those of you who are currently studying, or advance in your career. Because to your point earlier, Rasha, and to the poll results, if you don't have proven experience in an area, it's often really difficult to then break into that area. But this will give you 4 specific completed examples of work that you did from beginning to end, where you can prove that you have the experience and you're able to take this on. And then our last goal with this was to show you just how many different application opportunities there are in this field and what a wide and varied field it is. So as you'll see on the slide, the 4 projects all focus on really different topic areas. In your first project, you're going to do a retail sales analysis where you analyze the company's sales data for the 4th quarter and help the company make data-driven decisions for the coming year. In project 2, you're going to do an employee turnover analysis where you'll utilize predictive analytics to actually predict the future of the employee turnover time with the HR department data. In project 3, you're going to do a loan repayment prediction where you'll create a deep learning model that can predict the ability of loan applicants to repay their loans. And then in project 4, you're going to identify credit card fraudulent transactions by analyzing the data set provided and building a model to identify fraudulent credit card transactions from legitimate ones. So this shows you that you're going to have the opportunity to play with data from a lot of different industries and prove your expertise and knowledge in really different types of projects.
Thank you so much, Alison, for taking us through these projects here. So basically, learners can use to build their portfolio and also showcase their practical experience as well. So now that we have gone through the program preview here of the Brown University's Applied AI Data Science program, and also taking you through the skills you'll be developing through this program, also the career paths you can take up, also how exactly this program offers you industry-based projects you can work on to showcase their practical experience. We would love to know your interest in basically enrolling into the Applied AI and Data Science program by Brown University here. You can share your interest as yes. I'm just quickly launching a quick poll here, which says, would you like to enroll into the program? And you can respond as yes to share your interest towards enrollment. I will be quickly taking you through the enrollment steps of the program next and moving towards the Q&A part of the session, which will be towards the end. So we have already started getting a lot of amazing questions, and I think Alison, you have managed to answer a lot of them as well. But yeah, the Q&A box is open in case you have any questions about the program. You can let us know in the Q&A box, and we'll be answering those questions very soon. This poll basically is to understand your interest after you have basically responded yes here on the poll. Learning consultants from Cyprian will be reaching out to you and will be taking you through a much more detailed walkthrough of the program. So this is just a poll to just understand your interest towards enrollment, and there will be proper steps will be followed basically for enrollment to the program. And also folks who have joined us live on our YouTube channel, which is a lot of you folks. I see an active YouTube live chat box there as well. So you can also share your interest towards enrollment by clicking on the link which you see on the top of the chat, which says AI and Data Science with Brown University. And once you click on that link, it will take you towards the landing page of the program where you can share your interest towards enrollment by sharing few details there as well. So this is for folks who have joined us live on YouTube. You can share your interest towards enrollment through the link which you can see live on the chat, on the top of the chat. Here, highlighted by a white color, says AI Data Science, with Brown University. And for folks who have joined us here, I see a lot of you have already responded for the poll here on Zoom, but I think let me just give 10-15 seconds more for the folks who are still thinking about it. In case you have any questions, the Q&A box is open. You can let us know. I see a lot of questions about the cost of the program. So I'll be sharing that in the enrollment slides. I see a few questions about when is the next upcoming cohort I would want to join immediately. I will be sharing that as well and in the upcoming slides. And we have a few questions here. So I'll be sharing the link towards the program as well, because I know a lot of you have joined from different parts of the world. And I'll be sharing the link towards the program so you can check out details for your own region as well. And also enroll as well through that particular link in case you want to enroll immediately as well, which I see a lot of requests for. Awesome. So last 10-second folks for the poll here. Are you interested in enrolling into the Applied AI and Data Science program by Brown University here? You can see the poll live, where you can share your responses yes to show basically share your interest towards enrollment, and we'll be talking about the enrollment steps further. I see folks responding yes on the YouTube Live chat box as well. You can just quickly go and click on the YouTube Live chat box, the top header which you see, which says AI and Data Science with Brown University. And once you click on it, you can basically go towards the enrollment page and share your details there as well. So folks who are responding yes on the YouTube Live chat box for you. Awesome. I think I'll be ending the poll now because I see most of you have responded for the poll. So last 5 seconds, folks. Would you like to enroll into the Brown University's program? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let me end the poll. And thank you so much from the interest we have gotten for enrollment. I think we'll be talking about the enrollment steps in detail here. So the enrollment steps are very quick and easy. So these are the steps which the learning consultants from Simplilearn will be reaching out to you and taking you through them. So I'm just giving you an overview of it. So you will be aware, okay, what exactly is going to happen. So these are very simple, easy steps. So the step 1 here is you will have to submit an application at askus@simplilearn.net. And based on that, your application will be going for review based on the eligibility and prerequisites I've shared earlier. And based on that, you'll be getting admissions offer from Simplilearn's learning consultants for the Brown University program. And moving on to the next slide here, talking about the enrollment and the program schedule. A lot of you have asked, like, when is the upcoming cohort here? I think, okay, sorry, apologies, there's a basically correction here. So the upcoming cohort here is on March, which is happening, which you can join immediately here. And the program is basically fee here for the US candidates here is $2,624. And monthly installment options are available here. If you have asked, like, if I can pay this in monthly installments, and also the program fee here for Indian candidates here is 1,35,000 including taxes. We also have financing options available for as low as 4,594 rupees per month. For more assistance, you can basically reach out to us at askus@simplilearn.net. Also, folks, we have very limited seats available per cohort in order to make sure that you're getting all the attention that is required, basically, when you're taking up the program. I'm just sharing the program link here for folks who have joined from different countries here. You can check it out for your own region as well. I'm just sharing the program link here. You can just click on that and basically go towards the program landing page, and you'll be able to see the upcoming cohort and the program fee for your own region. Apologies for the incorrection there. So the upcoming cohort which we have is on March. Moving on to the Q&A part of the session, which is the most interesting part. I think, Alison, we have managed to answer a lot of these questions. I think you've managed to answer it throughout the session. Thank you so much for that. But I think we've gotten plenty of questions there. I will request you to maybe go through these questions and take up the questions, basically which we can answer here.
Absolutely. Yes, I see a couple questions that are asking about the level of math required to take the course and also to be in the AI data science field. And I think that having, basic math skills and an analytical mindset is necessary, but I do not think you need to be a math whiz, which that is one of the questions someone asks is, do I have to be a math wizard to get good with AI? And I think the answer to that is no, because of the technology tools that we now have available for us. So many of the different programming languages and the different analytical tools that you'll be introduced to in the program will do a lot of the math for you. However, you do still need, and this is why humans are not irrelevant yet, thank goodness, is you do still need to have a strong analytical framework to be able to ask the right questions and to spot check the analysis that the computer does do. Because if there is an error in your formulas, for example, then you're going to get the wrong answer. And having that analytical framework will help make sure that you are able to be a good collaborator with your technology, but it does not mean you have to be a wizard at math to be good in this field or good in the class. The next question I see is, will this course cover generative AI? And the answer is yes. And this is something that I'm really excited about because it wasn't a part of our original outline for the course when we started putting together the course a year and a half ago. And while we were putting together the course, that's when generative AI really exploded onto the scene. And we recognized right away, and I give a huge shout out to the Simplilearn team and to our faculty lead, Shrikar Prasad, in noticing right away that this was something we needed to make sure it was incorporated into the curriculum in order for it to be competitive and current. And so there is an entire module on how to use generative AI, and you do have the opportunity to do a project in it. So yes, you will have access and exposure to generative AI training.
Awesome. I think we have answered a lot of these questions here, Alison. Let me just also browse through if we have any university or Simplilearn related questions here. I think we've already shared the cost of the program. And for folks asking for program fee detail here, as I mentioned that I've already shared it for the US and Indian candidates as it is a global program. You can check it out for your own region. I will once again share the link towards the program on the chat. If you open it, you will be able to see the upcoming cohort and the program fee for your own region. And let me just quickly check if we have any more questions. I think we have answered a lot of them already.
One other question I see that I think is a good question is, where can I continue to learn more about AI? And I think that it's a good question because I think there's sort of two different types of answers to that. I think right now, actually, I think there's three, because I think right now there are three major conversations that are happening around AI and data science. I think conversation one is, how will this impact the future of work? And for that question, I think the leaders in the thinking around how will AI technology impact the future of the workforce has really been Deloitte, McKinsey, and Accenture. Those are the three that I have seen the most reports at least coming out from. Although if you've seen other sources, please let us know in the chat. I would love to gather an even more comprehensive list. Question number two, I've seen quite a bit, is more around the ethics and regulations around AI. So what is coming out in terms of like what regulations are being rolled out, and also how do I meet those, and then how do I proactively think about how to use these tools ethically within my organization. I think organizationally, the sources tend to be about the same. It tends to be the Deloittes of the world. But when it comes to regulation, that varies so much from country to country that I don't have like one good answer to give you. But in the US, the White House has been putting out actually a ton of press releases around this topic. And so I think that's a good area to get information on it. And then the third question that's coming up around this quite a bit is like, how do I use it? So it's more the technical side. And for that, I like to think that our class is the right place to find that information.
We have one question on the chat here. Are the classes connected with Simplilearn to receive certificate? Yes, Simplilearn is the learning partner for Brown University. You will be getting us the certificate from Brown University, which we have shown earlier. But yes, the Simplilearn will be basically the learning partner. And basically, once you take up the program, yes, Simplilearn will be handling your learning management system to basically unlock the certificate and also completely the learning path, which is available, the learning management system which will be provided to you, which definitely will be helping you, accessing the program 24/7, and any help you may require as well. There's support also provided there. So that is how Simplilearn comes in, basically connected with Brown University here. I think, Alison, we have answered all of the questions here. Thank you so much for actively answering them throughout the session and also during the Q&A. We'll be moving towards the end here. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us. Thank you for being an amazing and quick audience here when it comes to asking questions and also towards the poll as well. Please do let us know how was the session for you on the chat, and also you can share it with us on the post-webinar survey where we can obviously gather some feedback you might have, which you would want to see in the upcoming webinars with Brown or university related or other webinars as well. You can let us know that. And also, I think, Alison, from the interest we saw towards enrollment in today's webinar, I think we'll be seeing a lot of them in the upcoming cohorts in Brown. So would you like to say something to them before we end the session?
Absolutely. Thank you all so much for joining us today. We know how busy you are, and I think it's really important and really laudable that you chose to take time to learn about this skill, because I do think it's going to impact absolutely every single one of our career. And I hope that you choose Brown University and Simply Learn to be your partner in learning or upskilling yourself in this area, because we want to be your lifelong partner to you in helping you to advance in your career and to help to change the way the world works for good. So I hope to see you in our virtual classroom shortly.
Thank you so much. And just to answer one more thing, for the webinar certificate, now when I end the session, you will get a pop-up by Zoom which says post-webinar survey. There you can request for your proof of attendance by entering your full name in the webinar requirement there, and that is how we can personalize the webinar certificate and send it to you. So please do that in case you basically want the webinar certificate. And recording of the session will be sent to you over mail in case you want to go through it again. In case you have missed anything, please don't worry. You can basically expect a follow-up again from us. So thank you so much, folks. Also, I just forgot to share one thing. Is the email ID. In case you have any questions even after this webinar, you can just mail us here at ask@simply.net. I'm sharing the email ID here, and you can just quickly go and drop in your queries in the mail as well. In case you are not able to ask it here, if you have any questions post webinar, please feel free to reach us out there. So thank you so much, folks. We'll be ending the session now. See you again on another Brown University session soon. And have a good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're joining us from. Thank you so much. Thank you for being an amazing audience.